Right, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the channel. We're here with the baler. I've unhooked it all, just got to drop the pin out in a minute. I'm just going to go back a little bit more before we do. Try and get it in tight here to the vert spinner, although I'm quite tight. Might just leave it there. Got my secret weapon. Did the trick. Leave that pin with the baler. So I did actually remember to bring the drone today, which is good. Right, so we're disconnected from the baler now. So he says I do need to change the drawbar for the pickup hitch. And also got to change the power shaft because we're going to go topping, and the topper has a 21 spline shaft and the baler runs on the 6, so we'll go and change that in a minute. Right, this should be as simple as clamping that together and pulling it out, but it doesn't want to come out. For some reason the seal . Oh, there he is. Right, so John Deere's have a double-ended shaft, so what I need is that circlip. It was just stuck in there, so all the gunk on there. So that's the 6 spline, and obviously that's the 21. A bit grubby. I'll give it a bit of a rub off. I don't think I've ever used it on this tractor. And you basically just push it back in, push them in nice and tight, and then this circlip goes back over it again. Just changing the drawbar now. That one off. Look at it, John. Right, let's go find ourselves a topper. John loading up. There's the topper. That was harder than it needed to be. The jack wasn't put on it last time it was taken off for some reason, so we'll hook the rest of it up now. We'll fire it up and see what happens. Right, so they're on 1 and 2. I just got to make sure they're not mapped to anything at the moment. Well, 2 is. Why do 2? Ah, so 2 is the up and down. So we'll lift it right up for transport, I think. Which means that number 1 must be the wings. So we'll put those in float when we get into the field. But yeah, turn that one off so it can't move. Let's rock and roll. Now I can already see one problem we're going to have. The pipes have looped around one of the link arms, so when we get down to the field I'll have to try and sort that out and make them go somewhere where they're not going to get tangled up. I'm not even going to get that far, they're tangling already. Casually stopping the road. Right, that should have alleviated that problem. Now normally these sorts of toppers, Batwing ones, run on you have it on the drawbar, but this one runs on pickup hitch. It just means you're a bit too close to the machine, or if you're on a drawbar obviously you're further away, so you can't turn quite as tight. I don't think I got it on camera, but I took the jack off the edge of the machine and put it on the ground where it was, because even in its stored position on the side of the machine, if you turn tight enough, you can catch the flat bit that the jack sits on. And we got a couple of nasty slices in tyres on other tractors because they caught that when turning, so best to be safe and just take it off. Right, first thing we need to do here is let the arms down, so you've got to undo this ratchet strap, he says. It was on there fairly tight, but got it off, just going to leave it on there. So we'll fold these wings down and fire it up and see what we're doing. But this is poor field. This was the field of corn that had a lot of grass weed in the bottom of it, so we cut it fairly high. So all I want to do now is just sort of knock all the stubble and the other residue down a bit, so it makes it a bit easier for Craig to plough. And I'll probably top the margins of all the other fields as well whilst we're at it. But you can see how well the glyphosate works. Look how dead all this grass is. You can see there's a patch here that obviously got missed. You see how green and lush that is, as opposed to all this crispy dead rubbish. Just shows you how well the sprays work and how much we rely on them at the minute. But yeah, we'll give it a go. Wings are going down. I think what I'll do is I'll just run them in float when we're running, because I don't think I can lift them together. Oh, they do lift together, sort of. Right, 1,000 speed, because this runs in 1,000, and it's quite good at stalling tractors. I have run this topper once before on the Massey, and I think it stalled it just putting it in gear, so we'll see what the John Deere has to say for itself. Not a bother. Right, give it some revolutions. See what sort of job that's doing. We want to give it a few more revs. Obviously we don't want to be whacking loads of soil. Look at that! What a job that's doing! Don't want to be hitting stones either. So we'll give this a go for a bit, and once I've got off the headlands, I'll put the drone in the air. I don't know if you guys can see the machine out behind me, but it's doing a very, very nice job. I can just alter the height of the bed on the joystick if I need to. I've got the wings in float, so they sort of go with the undulations of the field. I'm just going around the grass margin at the moment and getting sort of hang of it. And we'll go across to the stubble in a minute. I think Phil or Craig did a strip along the hedge with the hedge trimmer, so we've got a nice line to follow. What I'll do in a minute, once I've done my outside rounds, I'll go out and measure this with a tape measure, set it all up on the Starfire so we can record our work. And then we'll be away. Right, done my measurements, so you can see what it's doing here. Just milling all this up to nothing, and then that'll just rot down. And then next week when Craig comes in here ploughing, it'll bury, whereas some of this longer stuff, you know, it's just harder to bury the more trash you have on a plough. But if we top it off now, it has a few days to rot down. It might make his life a bit easier, so fingers crossed. Just got back from having me dinner. What we're going to do in a minute is we'll send the drone up in the air, because we've set up an AB line, so you can see along there what's been cut and what hasn't. It's doing a really nice job actually. I just got to tweak the height on the bed a little bit as we're going along, because this field is really rough, hence why it was cut how it was. So we'll stick the drone in the air and yeah, see how we get on. cracking on. I hope you enjoyed the drone bits. It's not a particularly fast job, so the drone video probably wasn't that exciting, but got it up in the air. I'm really bad. I charge my drone up and then I don't use it, and then I forget that the batteries go flat. And so then, like this morning, I grabbed it thinking, oh, it's all fully charged, but battery's got about 40% each, so I can't actually fly it for that long. But I'm quite happy with the job this thing's doing. Whacking it all down to nothing. You can see when we hit a clump of earth or something, there's a big puff of smoke. But it's quite handy, the joystick here, you can do everything you want to. I can raise and lower the bed with pushing it back and forwards. And then also my speed on here, so I can go up through the gears on 5 and down through the gears on 7. So when I get to the gully in the middle, it's really rough, so I go down a couple gears, get through it, and then speed up again. Auto steer is a lifesaver. See, we're doing exactly 4.5 meters at a time. So we are increasing our efficiency all the time. Oh, that's the gully. Right, we've finally finished that field. Looks a lot better now for being topped. Hopefully that'll make Craig's life a lot easier ploughing it. I'm just going to go and scat around a couple of research stations in one of the fields beside us here, because they've got a lot of grass around them. And I did spray them off as close as I could, but we'll go and top them to tidy them up now as well. I've got to go around a tight corner, you know, I forgot about that. Right, so this is what we're going to mow around. There's one here and there's one over there. So wait for these wings to fold down. Oh, they're down. Right. So I will whip round these quick. Right, we are done. Just going to get out here and try and get as much of this rubbish off the top as I can. It seems to have accumulated loads. I need to fold the wings up and put the ratchet strap on then. I also need to open the gate, so we'll get that off of there first. Right, it's Friday evening. I'm looking forward to going home and relaxing. It's my weekend to work with Dr. Phil. So we'll be back here in the morning to check the cattle. It's Dr. Phil's birthday today, so happy birthday, Phil. I believe he's 28 today, so happy 28th birthday. Thing I forgot to mention, it's quite exciting. Bruce said at lunchtime we've bought 50 new calves. I think they're between 2 weeks and a month old, and they sort of will be the replacements for the Techno Project cattle, so the Fleck B and the Hereford Cross ones we have. They come from the same place that the Hereford Cross ones are coming from, or have come from, and they're coming at the end of next week, I think. So we're going to have to rear them on milk for 4 to 6 weeks, or 6 to 8 weeks. That'll be something else to be getting on with. I'm all parked up. As I said earlier, I am going home. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I don't think we've ever done any topping with this one on the channel, so I hope you enjoyed the topping video. As always, if you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, then please do subscribe to the channel. We are racing towards 5,000 subscribers, which is really, really good. Getting more and more into doing TikTok videos now as well, doing bits and pieces throughout the day. So if you want to follow me on TikTok or Instagram or Snapchat, then the link will be in the description, and it'll also be on the bottom of the screen now, so you guys can go and follow me on there. But other than that, I will see you guys on the next one, and cheerio.